Hey everyone. We don't have many people online. Yeah, so anyway, what I want to do with this video or live stream is I want to develop a math library. Sorry. Oh, what a terrible mistake. Hey, thank you, man, for telling me. I did not get it. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, that was a terrible mistake. Can you guys hear me now? I hope so. So, yeah, that was a big mistake. Sorry for that. Yeah, let me first check my audio issue. Yeah, my microphone is responding. Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you, Vineet, for letting me know. I'm sorry. Yeah, now the sound is back, so I hope you guys can hear me. Yeah, so basically, what I'm doing is I'm currently making a make file, and this is my overall project for creating a math library which uses the constant expression. And the advantage of constant expression is it evaluates all your mathematical operations during the compilation time. It doesn't wait for the execute. It doesn't wait for you to execute the binary and create it during the runtime. So that's why I'm trying to make this math library with constant expression flag on. So I hope you guys are following now. So yeah, and if you have any questions, just put it in the comment. Yeah, so now my build directory is build dir is build. So this build, I hate when VS Code does this. So this build refers to this build directory, and include refers to this include directory. I hope you guys are following. Now, object. So for objects, I need them to be in build directory. And what object I will have? Well, of course, I will gonna have my driver function. Then I will write my actual binary file. So can you explain a small gist what you did? Yeah, sure. So what I did is, oh, sorry. So what I did is, I first created this driver function in as it goes. It's a standard thing, right? So this main function, and the actual math library is this cell.hh. I can go into it. So inside this math library, I'm still developing it. I only brought one function. Okay. So it's still in the process. So what I did is I first wrote pragma once in this include library. And what it does is, accidentally, if I call this library multiple times, it will tell compiler that it has already been called. So you don't have to call it again and again. Then I created namespace. Namespace is quite standard way to create any custom library so that it don't mess up with other header files functions. What I mean is, let's say uh, I call, let's say if iostream has a math function, it doesn't have, but let's say if I have stdpy, then compiler, wait a second, and if I using namespace std, and let's say if I don't write this namespace cell, then compiler will get confused which pi it belongs to, if it is from std pi or cell. pi. Okay, so that's the reason why. Okay, sorry. That's the reason I am writing namespace, and then this is just my pi function. Okay, so I hope you are up to speed what I want to do. I hope you followed. If not, just ask questions. So, and now I want to make a makefile so that I can create a binary. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. So let's write target, then objects. I will first write and then explain what I am doing here. Then I want every objects flag and point to the target. Then I need my build directory that I have main.o, and this binary I should make from my driver function. And how I want to make my driver function, I want my G++ compiler with all the compilation flags on. Then I want, all the, all means only main.cc is there, but I want to make an object which has its target name. Then this is pretty much all, but I also want a function that removes my target binary, and also I want to clear all the object files which are in the build folder. Then I'm making a divide. How long will the session be? I am not sure, but maybe it will take an hour or so. Then what I need is I want phony. So what this phony does is, in case if we have a file named clean, it won't get confused with this clean command. Okay, so with this, let's try to make a file. Wait, what's the problem? Did you mean? Yeah, extra. Okay, so let's see if we have our hello world kind of a program ready. So out bin. Okay, so it's printing the command. Now let's go back to our math library. Let's add some more functionality. So the usual functionality which we need is to compare two numbers, right? And that we can do by writing another function. Let me create a nice divide first so that it is readable. Very big line. Then I create another divide. Now I want to compare two numbers. Yeah, so it's a full screen now. Wait. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to first know if numbers are greater than or less than. So type def type name t, type name, no, not type name, const expression t modulus t x return if it is greater than or equal to 0, the input number, then return x, and otherwise, since it's a modulus, just return negative of what's there. I think I made a mistake. Yeah, it's a type name actually. Yeah, type name. Yeah, it should solve it. Now, I hope you guys are following. Yeah, I want to wait again. Why it is so hard to? Okay, so another function I want to know if my number has a positive sign or negative sign. So for that, I write type name const expression t sign tx return if equal to 0, then 1, otherwise -1. Great. So pretty straightforward. Now, okay, now let's test this. So let's write some function, some variable named double, of course, const double x is equal to, let's say, -3.1. So let's see, const. Okay, so let's see if this value x is positive, if it has a positive sign or negative sign. We should expect a negative sign. Okay, so let me make clean, then make again, then out. So as you can see, our math function is behaving as we expect. It is returning negative sign. So that's another functionality. We can also create a mod of this one, or maybe I can just write another line. Let's say mod, and x yeah, for our readability there. Let's make clean and make again, and then out. So as you can see, our functions are behaving as we expect. Sign function is giving the negative value for -3.1 as we expect. Then mod of 3.1 is -3.1 is 3.1 as we expect. So things are working as we expect. Now let's do something interesting. Let's write a factorial. This would be interesting for us. So let's go to our math library. Then let me create another divide. Now, const expression, factorial numbers will always be in integer. That's why I'm writing it as int. Factorial const int n. So it's like a factorial n factorial, right? Now return, and if n is equal to 0 or 1 is equal to n, then you should return 1. As we all know, 0 factorial is 1 and 1 factorial is 1. Otherwise, we need to write an iterative function. Okay, so n factorial is basically n multiplied by n minus 1 factorial, right? So that's will do it. Now let's see if this works. Let me go to my driver function. Now I'm just getting rid of this code as we already tested this. So std cout cell factorial. Let's try something simple first. Let's say 3, because we know the answer that 3 factorial is 3. Sorry, 6. So it should return 6. Let me clean. Now let me execute. So it is returning 6. Let me chat. Do you want any number that you have in mind and I should test? For example, I can write 10 factorial and we can check if the function works properly. Just comment it. I will write it here and we'll check. Okay, so n factorial or 10 factorial is this number. Do you have any number, chat? I will wait for a few seconds. If not, then I will continue to write another function in the library. So 10 factorial is this number. Let me check how big we can go. Can we write something crazy like 100? It would be a huge number. Make clean, make. Let's write output. Oi. Okay, so it's not doing it. Why? Let's see how big we can go. Maybe make. Sorry, I need to make clean first. Make clean, then make out binary. Oh, I still can't go this big. Maybe 20 is okay. Then what we get? Make clean, make. Yeah, so what's happening is it's already exceeding the limit of integer. So instead of int, what we need to write is basically we need to write unsigned long int. Maybe size t is okay. Unsigned longs should be enough, I guess. So let me go back. Oh. My PC is hanging. Why? Oh yeah. What's happening? Let me run the diagnostics real quick. B top. What's happening? No, but still it's. Yeah, I guess it's because I'm live streaming. Brave is taking too much of power. Yeah, but it's okay. Okay, so I hope we can go up to few digits extra. Make clean, then make, then I will. Okay, so this is quite a big number. I think this is how big we can go, otherwise it will overflow. Okay, so let's write another function. But chat, if you have any questions, I'm saying constantly, just comment it, or if you want me to write any other function, just let me know. I will try to write it. Okay, so the next function that I want to write is GCD, which is a greatest common divisor. And this would be useful when we write functions like a square root of number. You will see how. So const expression unsigned. Oh no, I think I need it to be signed number. So I will just go with the int GCD const int. Then I need a numerator, and I also need denominator, which would be q. So I will return if q is equal to 0, which is denominator is equal to 0, then we don't have any greatest common divisor. We just return what we have in the numerator. So that otherwise we want to keep on running this function in the loop. Okay, so I should also change it here. It should be unsigned long. Okay, so this would suffice. Yeah, so GCD. Oh, we have some comments. I'm gonna come in third here, but I am forgetting everything else. I start from scratch to focus on next year. So I am not sure, man. I don't have a computer science degree. What I did is I have a bachelor's and master's degree in physics, and I just completed my PhD. So I have a quite an experience in a C++. So I just want to share what I know. And learning CCCP for DS and game there. Any suggestion? As I said, man, I don't have a let's say structured C++ experience like you guys might have. I just learned from the internet and whatever I learned during my degree. But my focus right now is creating a math library so that I can run few physics simulations in future. So just wait for the future live stream. I will explain which type of theory calculations I want to do. So that's my aim. I don't have much experience in game development. Oh, I'm currently in Canada. So I just finished my degree. My So that's what I've been up to in last few years. If you are a subscriber, you might know that 5 years ago I used to post some videos in Python. But then I realized that Python is not that efficient when it comes to rigorous mathematical calculations. It's good for quick calculation. So that's thing. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for good wishes. Yeah, yeah, let's go back to our project. So now what I want to do, yeah, I just wrote this greatest common divisor. Let me write this comment: greatest common divisor. So what it will do is it will return the common number that is common in the numerator and denominator, and you can have your fractions. Okay, so let me explain what I mean by that. So let's write const int, let's say p is equal to, what should it be, 30. Let's make it simple. Const int q, let's say it's 40. So my gcd should be gcd should have p and q. So oh yeah, I'm making this typing errors. So what I did just right now is, if I have a scenario like p divided by q, then this number would be 30 by 40, right? And what's the greatest common divisor in this scenario? It's 10, right? So gcd is equal to 10, and after removing this gcd, our supposedly p by q should be 3 by 4. And in future you will see how useful this gcd function is when I write functions like square root or fraction power of a number. This function would be a huge help. So if you have any questions, just let me know. This function is quite important. It looks very simple. We learned this during our, I don't know, in high school or something, but this gcd function is extremely useful. Let me write make clean and make the binary out. So as you can see, it is returning 10. Let's try some other complicated things. Let's say if we have 22 divided by 11, then the gcd should be 11. Let me erase this thing. Let's see if we get 11. Make clean, make. Do. Yeah, so it's returning. Do you have any other numbers in mind? Let's wait for a few seconds, then I will proceed. Let's try another one last thing. Let's say maybe 45 divided by 11. So in this case, I think we don't have any. Yeah, so in that case, we don't have any gcd. So what it should return? Let's make and check. So of course, 1 is the greatest common divisor of all time. Yeah, so it is working. uh Let me read some chat. Start the python series. I think I can start the python series, but the thing is there are already a lot of python tutorials, and I don't think I can do anything new in python. I think even you can watch my earlier videos. Hope you find it interesting. I also did some molecular dynamics calculations, which, if it interests you, you can pursue it. So, and I heard that some game developers also use this kind of let's say varlet algorithm or this kind of things in their game engine. So if you are interested, you can have a look, but it would be quite hard for me to do python series again. But if you have any interesting idea which you want me to discuss, I am willing to discuss it during the live stream. I will pretty much do live stream every day, at least that's the plan. But in case I'm trapped in some work, then I will do it. I will let you know. Okay. And I also will let you know during that live stream if I'm going to do live stream next day or so. So that's the case. So our gcd function is working. Now let's go back to our other functions for math library. So another function which I want to write is combination functions. If you know this PNC function, right? So that would be quite a help. Or should we go to interesting stuff? I think we can skip this combination function idea and then walk straight on the power function. Okay, so before we dive into the power function, we need one more function, which is MSB, which is most significant bit. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So MSB. Yeah. Most significant bit. So, what I mean by this, any number is a binary number in the language of computers, right? So, if you have a number, let's say, uh, let's say 4. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, 4. Then in the language of zeros and ones, it is, let's say if we have a 4-bit convention, then it is 0100, right? So in this case, our most significant bit is in the second position. If you consider this as a 0 position, then first position, then third position, then this is the second position. Makes sense. Okay. And similarly, if you have 8, then 8 is basically 1 followed by 3 zeros. So this MSB function will return the position of the most significant bit. Okay, so how do we do it? So let me also write a comment here. Any number x is approximately equal to 2 raised to n. So what this function will do is, this function will return this n, that is power of 2. Ronaldo or Messi. I'm really not sure, man. I don't watch football, but my brother is quite a fond of Ronaldo. I know it's a controversial take, but that's what my brother likes. Yeah. So I will go with Ronaldo because since my brother like it, even if I am not watching football per se. Yeah. So yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for the light-hearted comment. You can ask me anything, man. Yeah. So MSB, constant expression, int MSB, because because this power would be an integer, so it makes sense that I should return an integer value, right? So const int x return, wait a second. By the way, if you guys are wondering, I'm having my notes open on another tab so that I don't forget what I'm doing. That's why I'm constantly resizing my window sometime. Yeah, let's go back. Return 0 is equal to x, then return 0. Otherwise, 1 plus MSB x bit shift 1. Okay. Oh yeah, it's MSB. Yeah. So it's still wrong. So in case you guys are wondering how this function works, is so are you guys familiar with root? So I can show you what root is. You can also install root to quickly check your C++ expressions. So someone was interested in Python, right? So in Python, the biggest advantage is you can go to this kind of a terminal and write simple math expression, and it will return it. While in the C++, till root, what we needed to do is we needed to create all this main function and import a IO stream just to do what 3 plus 1, right? So to avoid this, people have developed this root. What you can do is write root minus L, and it will start this kind of a terminal. So you see, it's similar to Python. So let me show you one to one comparison. So this is a Python terminal, and this is a terminal for C++, which is provided by this root. And here also you can do some power functions like 4 raised to 2, which is 16. And here what you can do is you can write tmath power and 4 raised to 2, then it will give you 16. I know some commands are a bit complicated for C++ compared to Python, but it's better than, what we had to do previously, which is creating all this main.cc and make file and all that thing. So let me exit this. So this is the root. Yeah, what I was trying to explain you guys is how this MSB function works. So let's say uh 2, right? So if I bit shift 2 by 1, then it will return 1. So in this case, what's happening is, as I explained, 2 is basically 0010, and you are shifting this 1 by 1 position. So after this 1 bit shift operation, it will look something like 0001, and that's what our bit shift function is returning, 1, right? So that's what will happen if we write msb 2, then it will return, I think it will return, yeah, it will return 1. And let's say if we have a 4, and if we bit shift by 1, then you will get 2, right? Why it is? Because 4 is basically 0 1 0 0, and after a bit shift operation, which is this thing, what it will do is it will shift this 1 by 1 position, and it will return 0010, which is 2, right? And that's what will be done by this MSB. It will shift the position, and it will do till it reaches 0. That means if you try to bit shift 1 by 1 position, it will return 0. Okay, so that's when it will stop. So that's the function of MSB. And once we have that, we can test our MSB function. And MSB, let's say 5, what's the most significant bit? Make then out binary, it's 2. And this is because 5 is basically, you can also do it in the root. You can check 0b 1, which is 4 1, this is 5. So you can see that the position of most significant bit is 2. So that's what our MSB function is returning. I sorry. Yep. Now I think this would be the pretty big function what I will write now. So this is the power function, and let's start writing. In any case, if you have any questions, chat, just let me know, because this would be quite an important function and it will be used in many other simulations, etc. So power const double x, which is like this. So our power function, we want to deal with this situation. We want to deal if we have a nth power of value x. So in input I need x, then const double n. Now we need to have certain limits to our iteration. So what we will do is we will define unsigned long maximum iteration to our function, which will be 10 raised to 4 by default. If you want to change, you can change. And allowed error would be 10 raised to minus 8. Okay, so by the time we reach our allowed error, we will tell our iteration function to just break it. We don't want to waste computational time. So that's the thing. Now let's write the function. So what I first want is I want to determine the sign of my power. So sign would be sign double, then it should be n. Okay, so n would be double, and if it has a positive sign, the n sign would be positive, and if it has a negative sign, n sign would be negative. Okay, so then I want my integer part of the power. So how we do it? We want int, then we want modulus double n, then const double. I also want a fraction part, frac mod double n, and if I subtract the integer part, I will have my fractional part, right? So let me give you the example. What do I mean by this? So if n is equal to, let's say, negative 3.45, then n sign would be negative 1. And similarly, an integer in this case would be 3. Let me make some space here and there. And the fraction part would be n frac would be 0.45. Make sense? So there, mm, if 0 is equal to n frac, then what will happen? It's just like a multiplication, right? So in that case, things would be quite simple. So we first need to write the identity of power dt, which would be if n is equal to 0 and int, then return 1. Otherwise, I hate when this. Yeah, looks good now. So next part is, let's say if we have a positive power, integer power, then what we will do is n is equal to n sine. That means we have a positive power, right? Uh, I I hope I'm not too late for me. Man, it's never late to learn new things. On YouTube, you will find quite a lot of tutorials. So, for example, what I do is I go to some YouTube channels. Some of them I can recommend actually. For example, I really like this YouTube channel named Core Dump. And what it does is it explains things from operating system perspective. So you can have that point of view. There is also a guy whose channel name I forgot, who explains C++ from uh, he is basically retired engineer from Windows. So he has a quite a experience in working in big projects. So that's the kind of a point of view. But if you want to learn basics for C++, the one channel that I recommend the most is Cherno. I can just a minute. I can share you the list of YouTube channels which I really like, and maybe it would be helpful. At least during my degree, when I was new to the C++, this channel helped me a lot. Wait a second, I can give you this name. Yeah, I am not sure if I can share the link in the chat, but wait a second. Uh, if I can reply, can I reply? No, I can just chat. No, yeah, maybe I can just post this. So this YouTube channel helped me a lot for during my degree, and even the concepts, some of the concepts that I'm using, I learned from this channel only. I can also give you some other YouTube channels name. One of which I really like is Code Dumped. Yeah. So wait a second. I can also give you this Core Dump. So this one, and the last one which I talked about, expression. Where is that guy? I need to find his channel. Maybe I will post it later. But let me find it. If fuck. I currently can't find it. Ah, No, yeah, his name is Dave's Garage. So let me share that channel as well. So guys, these three channels are really useful. I hope it helps. Oh, yeah, so let's go back to power function. Oh, I accidentally hide the chat. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm quite new to live streaming. That's why I'm constantly making some mistakes. For example, I turned off the chat. I don't know how I can turn it on. Maybe edit or something. I don't know. Uh, how can I make chat visible again? Maybe I can